all of the amazing residents, fellows, attendings, faculty, and healthcare workers at Robert Wood Johnson. As the graduating class of 2020 at Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School, we wanted to take a moment to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for fighting for us, thank you for protecting us, and thank you for inspiring us to do better and be better. Your hard work, courage, and dedication have not gone unnoticed.
You've inspired me to stay grounded and to stay strong and to remember to keep the patient at the heart of it all. And this is why we do it. We do it for them and their families and for the health of our communities.
Thank you for everything you've taught us over the last 4 years and for leading by example during this current pandemic. I'm incredibly grateful for the care and compassion you show your students and the patients that you continue to care for on the front lines.
Thank you for your unconditional support since my undergraduate years and for molding me into the student that I am today. Thank you for allowing me to be the voice for the Latino population in New Brunswick. Please continue to encourage and motivate the future generation of underrepresented medical students like myself. As a future practicing family medicine physician, I will always look back and appreciate the guidance that I received from my mentors at Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School.
You inspire me to remember that when I'm a resident, it's possible to get through even the toughest of days, because honestly, what you're doing now is braving through some of the toughest times for the entire healthcare system, and you're doing it with positivity and humility, and that is amazing.
Thank you for showing us how to be lifelong learners, great teachers, and compassionate doctors.
Thank you to all of our frontline healthcare workers over at Robert Wood Johnson and in every healthcare system across the world right now. As I look forward to my life as a clinician, I am nervous about practicing in uncertain times, especially amongst a global pandemic, but each and every one of you inspire me to treat every human being as a whole human being, even in the most trying and uncertain times. And your absolute dedication to treating every person who walks through the doors of those hospitals is truly inspiring.
Hi, Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson family. Thank you so much for dealing with the class of 2020. We're not an easy bunch. But jokes aside, thank you for all that you do to keep us safe, and please, please stay safe.
Thank you for the genuine care and compassion you showed us as medical students. You cared about me not only as a future physician, but also as a human being. I know that I am prepared for residency and all that lies ahead because of what you taught me.
Thank you for giving us a voice. Thank you for making us understand that helping our community should be our number one priority as physicians. Always supporting us throughout this journey. It's been 4 years and it's been really tough but amazing at the same time. And thank you for understanding that representation matters. Gracias.
Thank you for leading by example and holding yourself to such high standards. You've inspired us to give our 100% to our patients every day.
Thank you for taking the time to teach us students always. I'm grateful now more than ever for the lessons you've all taught me, amidst large-scale adjustments to our usual educational format. Graduating medical school without celebrating with classmates and faculty in person is hard, but no harder than the commitment you've all shown to leadership and innovation in the face of a pandemic. And I can rest easy knowing that all my classmates received the same great education that I did these last 4 years. I know our class will go on to do great things, and that's thanks to all of you who sculpted us into the great physicians we are today.
Thank you so much for your hard work and dedication day in and day out. You're an inspiration to all of us, and we truly appreciate you.
I'd like to thank all the residents who taught me the importance of a valued team dynamic. Your mentorship and inspiration played a huge part in my education at the hospital. I'll always remember the first time I was a part of a code at the hospital, and you came up to me, stopped me, and asked, "That can be a really difficult experience. How are you feeling?" I'd like to thank all the faculty members who exemplified incredible patient-centered care. The conversations you led with families with grace and professionalism and humility inspire me to hone my craft as a humanistic physician.
Thank you all for providing me both the academic and emotional tools I've needed as an emergency medicine resident this year to get through all of this. You've really given me the foundation that's helped so much. So thank you. Everything you're doing over there, I hear you're doing amazing work.
To everyone at Robert Wood Johnson, thank you so much for your heroic efforts to keep our home as healthy and safe as possible. And to the class of 2020, congratulations. I'm so glad to know that we have a strong and capable group like y'all to come join us in this fight. We need you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are heroes.
You are amazing, and we support you.
We love you, and we hope you're staying safe and healthy.
We love you and we support you. Thank you for everything.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us as the faculty, staff, and administration celebrate with the Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School class of 2020 at their virtual Convocation Ceremony. I'm Dr. Robert Johnson, Interim Dean of Robert Wood Johnson Medical School and Dean of New Jersey Medical School. Welcome to this joyous event. Class of 2020, 4 years ago when you started your education with us, we never dreamed that your convocation would, by necessity, be held in this manner. Indeed, when you considered a career in medicine, you never thought that, just as you were going to begin your residency training, the entire world would be hit with a pandemic as virulent as COVID-19. Yet, here we are today, celebrating the completion of your medical education while at the same time practicing social distancing. As believers in science, we know that this public health measure is one of the most important ways we can respond to this crisis. Before we go on, I'd like to introduce Dr. Brian Strong, Chancellor, Rutgers Biomedical Health Sciences, who will address the Robert Wood Johnson Medical School class of 2020.
Dean Johnson, members of the faculty, students, family, friends, and distinguished guests. I'm happy to greet you on this momentous occasion to offer congratulations to all of you on behalf of the Rutgers Biomedical and Health Sciences community. And though I know all of our graduates are well prepared for the situations that lie ahead, as you can see, I am not. I unfortunately left my commencement regalia in my office in New Brunswick, so I hope you'll forgive my informal attire today. I did manage to dust off one of my suits to get dressed up for this occasion, although I warn you I may be wearing a Dr. Fauci t-shirt underneath. Seriously, years of hard work, steadfast determination, and patience have prepared you for this next step in your career. While the circumstances seem to have overshadowed your celebration, they haven't diminished your accomplishment. Soon after I graduated medical school, I did my residency and fellowship at the University of California, San Francisco, while earning my Master's of Public Health degree at Berkeley. At that time, I was literally taught that infectious disease epidemiology was a dead field, because all we needed to know had already been discovered. We later learned that during that identical time period, the first cases of HIV were incubating in San Francisco. Needless to say that teaching was misguided, and the interventions and innovations discovered during the next 10 years changed the field forever. You, in turn, will not know a time in your career before COVID-19. Your work will always be informed by the reality of a crisis that just a few short months ago was a mere hypothetical tabletop exercise to be scrutinized and studied. As you begin your residencies, today's environment will necessitate that you learn quickly while you work tirelessly. You are now one of the hallowed few to whom society has turned to see us through this crisis. Your expertise and skills have earned you this reverence, but it will be your humility and dedication that will make you heroes. These first few months of your career, you will confront fear and frustration and uncertainty and hope. But as you've learned, at Rutgers, we don't shy away from what is difficult. Today, and for weeks, and maybe more likely months and years to come, it is likely that we'll continue to struggle against this storm at our doorstep. No one person, practice, hospital, research lab, or university will win this fight alone. Our very survival now depends on our collective ability to endure together, to innovate, to collaborate, and to support each other beyond the boundaries of typical responsibilities and capabilities. In time, I'm certain that thanks to the hard work and resilience of our united communities, the winds will shift, we'll feel the breeze at our backs, and we'll look forward again to finding brighter days on our horizon. The hard-fought lessons you'll learn during this time will be invaluable as we look to reform research, policy, and interventions for a healthier and better prepared future. Though our field is experiencing paradigm-shifting change and our institutions are being forced to reinvent themselves, there's one thing that remains constant. We are physicians because patients need us. We are physicians to apply the healing arts and sciences to care for our individual patients, their families, our communities, and society as a whole. We're physicians to practice our skills without discrimination to ease suffering, increase health, and preserve the human dignity of everyone. It's a real privilege to be a physician, and I welcome you today to this company. I am very proud to have been a part of your day, to enjoy your success, and to share it with your friends and family. On behalf of all the administration, faculty, and staff of Rutgers Biomedical and Health Sciences, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Strom, for your encouraging and inspiring words. It now gives me great pleasure to welcome and introduce Dr. Darrell Kirsch, President Emeritus of the Association of American Medical Colleges.
I'm Dr. Darrell Kirsch, and when I first received your kind invitation to be the commencement speaker for the class of 2020 of Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School, I had no idea I'd be delivering these remarks virtually from my home in the Rocky Mountains. But there is one thing about this event that is not virtual, and that is the sense of pride and accomplishment that I hope you feel and that your family and friends feel as you reach this milestone in your journey to become a physician. I have been part of many commencement ceremonies in the 40 plus years since I completed medical school. And one thing that's always striking to me about those ceremonies is how vividly certain memories are retained, even though it's been decades since they occurred. So I remember anatomy class, and I remember how challenging the laboratory experience was. But what I've come to realize in that memory is that it was a tremendous gift. Somebody had given their body in death so that I could better understand life. I think back to my memories of those first patients where I went into the room to take the history and the physical, and I was so anxious. And I realized that they gave me the gift of their tolerance. They helped me learn to be a better diagnostician. And I think about the first baby I delivered and how focused I was on simply not dropping the baby. Now I realize that that young couple had given me the gift of being part of one of the most intimate moments of their lives. So you've reached this point and you have many of the same memories, but you also have a set of memories that no other class will have. You are the only class to graduate from medical school in the midst of the greatest pandemic we have faced in the world in over a century. And I hope that you realize that within this tragic event, there also is a gift. And that is the gift of helping us understand our ethical commitments. So the principles of medical ethics are wonderfully simple. Beneficence, doing good for the patient. Non-maleficence, avoiding harm. Autonomy, respecting the patient's and the family's independence. and social justice. And we have seen those 4 principles vividly play out in the midst of this pandemic. We see our colleagues rising to their best to do good for their patients. We see them working so hard to avoid harm. Many doctors living apart from their family just to protect them from harm. And we see in the case of some frontline clinicians, them making many decisions each day about the patient's autonomy, their own wishes, their family's wishes. And lastly, we see how short we fall in some ways when it comes to social justice. So the people who are most affected in this pandemic are the underserved, the minorities, those in nursing homes, those in prisons. And we've come to realize that still, even though in many ways we have the greatest medical care in the world, we still fall short when it comes to that principle of social justice. So as you move forward in your medical career, I wish you all the best. I bid you Godspeed, and I hope that you and I can retain the lessons that we've been taught in the midst of this pandemic about how important those core principles of our medical ethics remain. Thank you for letting me join you today, and all the best in your journey as you move forward.
Thank you, Dr. Kirsch. Now I wish to call upon Vijay Putatanda, the Robert Wood Johnson Medical School class president.
Deans, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, family, friends, and finally fellow graduates. Part of me is honestly in disbelief that this day has finally come. I had imagined that the end of our medical school experience with match day and graduation would be filled with the same celebratory spirit that we started with our white coat ceremony. And I most certainly did not expect to be sitting in my dining room in my pajamas wrapped in regalia. But unfortunately, that's not a reality. But I'm still filled with an incredible sense of pride in what we have accomplished and excitement to see what we do next. And I hope you feel the same way. You know, when I first started writing this speech, I asked myself, what is its real purpose? And of course, I think it's to commend my class, to honor the hard work that they have put in over the last 4 years. But before I do that, I want to acknowledge the hard work done on our behalf by our families, our friends, and our mentors. Medical school is all but easy, and so often, so many of us have needed love, support, and encouragement, and you've all been there for us during those times. It sounds a little corny, but at this point I had imagined my fellow graduates and I would all stand and give you a round of applause. And while we cannot do that, I do want to take a moment on behalf of my class and say thank you, because we really could not have done it without you. And now I want to address my class. You know, in my opinion, medical school is an experience unlike any other. You spend your first 2 years cramming and shoving all these details, these factoids and concepts into your head, often wondering if what we're learning is going to help us as physicians at all. And then suddenly, in our 3rd year, we're asked to transition from being mere students to members of a team. It's no longer just about tests, it's about people. We're asked to demonstrate not only a level of competency in our course materials, but also a level of empathy and a willingness to go the extra mile for both our patients and our colleagues. And for me, it's been amazing to watch all of us go through this transition and find our passion. You know, I feel like so often when we come into medical school, so many of us have some concept of what kind of doctor we want to be. And in reality, this might be mostly informed by our earliest medical mentors, like Dr. Derek Shepard, Gregory House, or that guy from Scrubs. But not real doctors. And over the last 4 years, we've each developed unique perspectives that have helped us understand where we fit into medicine. Whether you want to spend 10 seconds with a patient in the ED or 10 hours rounding on that same patient on a medicine service, we have each found a unique path for ourselves to cultivate and grow a passion. And I think that's really incredible. You know, as we each went through our 3rd year, we each started to pick our field of choice, I asked myself, what really makes a great doctor? And I was reminded of a quote. One's reputation is what man thinks him to be, but his character what God knows him to be. The idea being that so often it's those moments behind the camera that really define someone's character. You know, in the process of becoming a doctor, both at the undergraduate and the medical school level, We're asked to constantly demonstrate our value. We're asked to start and lead organizations. We're asked to do research. We're asked to volunteer. In large part so that we can throw that onto a list of accomplishments, to throw onto an application, to get us to the next level. And while I agree those are important, I still feel it's those moments that maybe our deans or our residency program directors don't know about that really define a great doctor. It's not just about your next paper, but rather your willingness to sit with a patient at 2 a.m. while they're suffering. And I think that's the spirit that characterizes the RWJMS class of 2020. You know, even as I say that, I think of Chris Ambrose in M1 rallying a bunch of other students to buy and deliver halal guys platters to the homeless population in New Brunswick before Thanksgiving. Fast forward 1 year, and I remember Chike Okafor and Nicole Tavernier delivering Thanksgiving packages to the underserved just days before a difficult M2 cardiology exam. And probably the most recent and most relevant example are the donations and efforts to support healthcare workers and patients affected by this current pandemic. None of you doing this to make yourselves look better on paper, but rather you responding to an intrinsic desire to help others. You know, when I was on the interview trail, I met a program director, and he said that so often when you interview at a residency program, the pitch will sound something like, "We as a program are great, and if you train with us, you will become great." He said he took a different approach. He said that he believes his program is great because it is filled with great people who bring their unique passions and their work ethic and their intrinsic goodness to their community. And in so many ways, I feel like medicine is the same. Medicine isn't great as a field intrinsically, and you aren't great because you're going into medicine, but rather medicine is great because it is filled with people like you. People who have a strong work ethic and have a strong drive to work in the service of others. I'm honestly incredibly humbled and proud to even be associated with such an incredible group of people. So with that, congratulations to the Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson class of 2020. I honestly can't wait to see what we do next.
Thank you, VJ, for your work on behalf of the Robert Wood Johnson Medical School's student body and for speaking to your class today. This year, one of your classmates will be inducted into the United States Air Force. The induction ceremony would normally be held in person during the Convocation Ceremony, but of necessity, it will be done privately. Congratulations to our military inductee, Second Lieutenant Fernando Ferrara, and thank you for your service to our nation. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce your Student Affairs Deans, including Dr. Sonia Garcia-Lombach, Dr. Dan Meehan, and Dr. Janice Cato-Varlak, who will say a few words.
Dear Class of 2020, Dr. Meehan, Dr. Cato-Varlak, and I wanted to let you know how proud we are of the tremendous professional and personal growth you accomplished during your time with us. The drive, resilience, and grace you have demonstrated while caring for your patients, each other, and our school has been inspirational. These qualities are what will define you as a Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School graduate from this moment forward. You are leaving our school a better place because of your contributions, and we could not be prouder of you.
Along with the immense pride we feel, we also have a deep sense of gratitude. We are so thankful to all of you for letting us share in your journey toward a career in medicine. Being able to watch students achieve their dreams is what makes our job so special. We know that none of you has achieved your dream alone, so we hope you'll take the time to express your own gratitude. The family, friends, loved ones, teachers, and mentors who help you reach this day.
Along with the immense pride and thankfulness we feel, we know that you're going to do tremendous and extraordinary things that will transform the lives of your patients and their families in profound and meaningful ways. As your student affairs deans, our hope for you is that you face each day with optimism, that you remain motivated to do what is right and to do what is in the best interest of your patients, and that you inspire everyone you meet and work with along the way to become compassionate, selfless healers. Congratulations.
Thank you, Drs. Lombach, Meehan, and Cato-Varlak. At this time, I call upon Dr. Carol Terragino, Senior Associate Dean for Education and Academic Affairs to address the class and read the names aloud of all the graduates in the Robert Wood Johnson Medical School class of 2020.
Good morning, graduates, and congratulations. This will be your last class message from Dr. T. I can't tell you what an honor it is to have been the first person to have called you and invited you to become a part of the Robert Wood Johnson Medical School family, and now to be the first person to call you doctor. Today is bittersweet for all of us. For me, I am going to miss that joy of looking you in the eye when I call your name. So I ask you to do this. When you hear me call your name, imagine yourself standing at the foot of the stairs of the convocation stage and receiving a warm smile, a teary-eyed smile, and a gentle nod to ascend those stairs in front of your family, your loved ones, and your classmates, and then to be met by the faculty who have supported you and been with you all the way, and whose pride in your accomplishments rivals the pride of your families. And then you'll receive that doctoral hood with handshakes and hugs. Graduates, fellow physicians, colleagues, I promise you that we will celebrate you and honor you in person sometime in the very near future. So in the meantime, I wish you personal wellness, success, and sheer joy in your profession. And now for the class of 2020. Dr. Tawfiq Ahmed. Dr. Erica Lynn Alexander. Dr. Tessie Allen. Dr. Aviv Alter. Dr. Chris Amro. Dr. Alessandra Conchetta Angelino. Dr. Eliana Applebaum. Dr. Suwaiba Asghar Mohammadi. Dr. Salvatore Michael Aspromonti. Dr. Nadej J. Asasi. Dr. Pak Ho Ah. Dr. Brittany Candice Batiste. Dr. Seth Jacob Barashansky. Dr. Jacqueline Elizabeth Barron. Dr. Jimmy Barry. Dr. Patricia Mary Burkanish. Dr. Zachary Scott Berland. Dr. Alyssa Catherine Bennell. Dr. Nicole Perwilliger Borglum. Dr. Frederick Milton Besoy. Dr. Leanne Marie Brown. Dr. Elizabeth Kai. Dr. Hillary T. Campbell. Dr. Miriam J. Campius. Dr. Monica Castle. Dr. Jessica P. Castro. Dr. Christine Cha. Dr. Gita Zhang. Dr. Prerna Chadi. Dr. Isha Cheng. Dr. Dr. Christopher Shawn, Dr. Sana Chun, Dr. Erica Concourse, Dr. Dustin Tyler Crystal, Dr. Nicholas Cucullo, Dr. Marielle Dacklin, Dr. Florence Dasaras, Dr. Priya Dave, Dr. Elizabeth Day, Dr. Hyana Desamore, Dr. Kalyani Dar, Dr. Survandita Dewan, Dr. Laura D. Taranti, Dr. Keith Diamond, Dr. Hirsch Doshi, Dr. Anushka Dua, Dr. Morgan Carey Dunn, Dr. Amanda Eberhardt, Dr. Daniel Feldman, Dr. Emily Rose Fennell, Dr. Fernando Hiram Ferreira, Dr. Lori Michelle Fingerhut, Dr. Constance Callahan Fiacco, Dr. Emma Foley, Dr. Robert Huber Gaffey, Dr. Stephanie Geisner, Dr. Ambroise Gilles, Dr. Elizabeth Elaine Ganalis, Dr. Danielle Glassman, Dr. Andrew Thomas Glavin, Dr. David Goldrich, Dr. Ankita Gore, Dr. Brian M. Green, Dr. Evan Gui, Dr. Nupur Gulati, Dr. Numrata Biek Gumaste, Dr. Daniel Karim Haddad, Dr. Nirav Haribhakti, Dr. Girija Hariharan, Dr. Michael Thomas Hart, Dr. Lafon Heath, Dr. Eric Philip Heckelman, Dr. Divya Hoon, Dr. Patrick Hughes, Dr. Mark Hujic, Dr. Hinna Ijaz, Dr. Maheen Javed, Dr. Anna Rose Johnson, Dr. Michael Jones, Dr. Stacy Jew, Dr. Joel K, Dr. Preston Kiefer, Dr. Christina Kelvey, Dr. Daniel Kerrigan, Dr. Greg Kodaruff, Dr. Michaela Kislevitz, Dr. Samuel Kogan, Dr. Rebecca Krakora, Dr. Matthew Kraushar, Dr. Jordan Kugler, Dr. Devin Kulkarni, Dr. Donald Joseph Langan Jr., Dr. Zachary Lance, Dr. Paul Lavadera, Dr. Sunha Adrian Lee, Dr. Daniel Ezra Levin, Dr. Ann Levine, Dr. Benjamin Jared Flickbrong, Dr. Emily Joy Livingston, Dr. Gerardo Lopez, Dr. David Lohr, Dr. Mary Catherine Lynch, Dr. Stephen Marabondo, Dr. Daniel Marino, Dr. Brittany Martinez, Dr. Natalia Mavrogiannis, Dr. Anya McDermott, Dr. Avital Mahiri, Dr. Lauren Carmen Amelia Miller Lopez, Dr. Akash Mittal, Dr. Faizanamed Irfan Wunshi, Dr. Sylvia Basa Ngia Mwanzia, Dr. Lauren Nagy, Dr. Shiri Naraki, Dr. Christopher Nealon, Dr. Austin New, Dr. Oladeji Olawade, Dr. Stephanie Unjong-O, Dr. Chukwuwinke Okafor, Dr. Ryan Sullivan, Dr. Laura Parker, Dr. Megha Patel, Dr. Neil Patel, Dr. Russell Pepe, Dr. Matthew Pfeffer, Dr. Sonia Pothraj, Dr. Vijay Padatanda, Dr. Travis Quinoa, Dr. David Richards, Dr. Giancarlo Riotto, Dr. Amita Rizbud, Dr. Katerina Rondell, Dr. Eve Rosenheck, Dr. Colin Scott, Dr. Alexa Mary Jean Shimanchi, Dr. Pavan Shah, Dr. Daniel Willier Sharp, Dr. Yekaterina Sherman, Dr. Julian Cison, Dr. Kelsey Smith, Dr. Anita Sridhar, Dr. Radhika Srivastav, Dr. Madeline Davis Stacy, Dr. Slaman Suda, Dr. Thomas James Sullivan, Dr. Avanti Suresh, Dr. Brian Tan, Dr. Jeremy Sui Bantang, Dr. Julia Tartaglia, Dr. Nicole Tavernier, Dr. Rebecca Lee Temkin, Dr. Parth Tucker, Dr. Jalissa Marie Veras, Dr. Rachel Voigt, Dr. Brandon Wilton, Dr. Helen Yang, Dr. Buhaitha Youssef, Dr. Elizabeth Yu, Dr. Sabrina Zeller, Dr. Heming Zhao, Dr. Yi Zhou,
Members of the class of 2020, congratulations. This ceremony marks the conclusion of your formal medical school education. As you go forth to practice the art of medicine, you must never forget the mandate that compassion and care for your patients should be your number one priority. Every year, our incoming students recite the Oath of Hippocrates during the White Coat Ceremony. At this time, we ask that you reaffirm this oath, which you first took in 2016. Dr. Colleen Donovan will lead the Hippocratic Oath, and we ask that you recite it with her. We invite all physicians listening to reaffirm their oath by reading aloud the words that appear on the screen.
Hello, Robert Wood Johnson, class of 2020. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Colleen Donovan, and I'm an emergency medicine physician and the director of simulation at the medical school. Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this epic moment in your medical career. To me, the oath feels a little different this year. Words that were powerful before are even stronger now. And as a frontline worker, I want to say, welcome to the front line. And I know this sounds strange, but as my mathematician husband tells me, the great thing about a line is that it extends infinitely in both directions. So you are never alone in this line. Doctors, nurses, pharmacists, APPs, techs, EMTs, paramedics, respiratory therapists, social workers, case managers, none of us is alone in this line, even in isolation. And I am so proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with you and hold the line. Remember what I told you. Even when you think you're not, you are smart, you are strong, you are brave, you are worthy, and you know where to find me. Protect yourselves, protect each other. I am so proud of you. I now ask you, wherever you are, to please stand, and any other physicians watching, to please rise for the oath of Hippocrates on page 4 of your program. The oath of Hippocrates. I do solemnly swear by that which I hold most sacred, that I will be loyal to the profession of medicine and just and generous to its members, that I will lead my life and practice my art in uprightness and honor, that into whatsoever house I shall enter, it shall be for the good of the sick to the utmost of my power, holding myself aloof from wrong, from corruption, and from the tempting of others to vice, that I will exercise my art solely for the care of my patients and will give no drug and perform no operation for a criminal purpose, far less suggest it. That whatsoever I shall see or hear of the lives of my patients, which is not fitting to be spoken, I will keep inviolably secret. These things I do promise, and in proportion as I am faithful to this oath, may happiness and good repute be ever mine, and may the opposite befall me if I am false to my word. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, doctors. Once again, we offer our sincerest congratulations to the Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School class of 2020. We know that great things await you. We cannot wait to see what you achieve as you enter this great profession. As we conclude our ceremony, I wish to thank the faculty, staff, and administration of Robert Wood Johnson Medical School, and a special thank you to the Student Affairs Office, Communications and Public Affairs, and Rutgers ITV. I also wish to thank and congratulate the parents and loved ones of the graduating class who have supported you throughout your education and will no doubt continue to support and comfort you. Congratulations to the Robert Wood Johnson Medical School class of 2020.